that's left. Meanwhile, the vast majority of our people have gone sweet, gone smooth. They've gone completely left, and the Spirit has left them. And now, preluding to Isaiah, the 1st chapter, around the 3rd verse, says how the whole head is sick. And shall the Lord just keep on beating you? Is the Lord going to use his men to keep on rebuking you and chastising you and trying to get you correct and straight and stand upright and speak the whole truth? Well, that's not going to happen. And matter of fact, let's go there. Isaiah 1. And the head is supposed to be what? The leaders, the ones in charge, the ones leading, the ones that should be strong. But that's what we see happening. The prophecy of how the wisdom of the ancients shall leave. Isaiah 29 and 13. 14 says, therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid, because you are who you surround yourself with. And a lot of guys not truly soldiers and warriors of the Lord, See, be a warrior, but in your mind, you're the commander. You command, with much counsel and advice, established your war, you see. So let's go here, Isaiah 1 and 4. It says, sinful nation, because if you surround yourself with famous and celebrities and exalted men, then you're going to be debased. You're going to be thrust down with all of them. That's why we bring out number 16 so much, because the Lord's making an obvious division of those that are walking in the Spirit, so they're not fulfilling the lusts of the flesh. But those that are walking in the flesh, they cannot please God, and they're enemies of the cross. They're enemies of Yahushua. But they might talk a big game, but when you look at how they're walking, it's all messed up. They're all handicapped. They can't go into certain topics, can't bring out certain scriptures. And when they do, it's weak. They might touch it real quick and then run away. It says, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. And when read John 6, when Yahushua would say certain things, you have to eat my flesh and eat and drink of my blood, then a whole lot of disciples, they wouldn't follow Yahushua anymore. And that's times we're in as well. And when you go into like the Roman Catholic Church, right, which all these 501c3 charters come from, where all these sellouts come from, that uses Bible and holding it on righteousness, which is a whole lot of people, even guys in this truth, in camps. Zakari, Great Millstone, ISPK, you see, all camps have been corrupted and infiltrated, just like in the time of Yahushua, right? And the Herodians were Edomites. They had a big part in corrupting and making that root of the love of evil really shoot up. But what the church would do was that they would take carnal things and make that what it really is. Oh, the bread and the blood of Yahushua is really this wine I'm giving you. It's really this little bread thing I'm putting into your mouth. And they would cause people to pay them, right? If they had committed any kind of sin, whether it was prostitution or they murdered someone, they just pay the church, and then all your sins and all your breakings of law is basically exempt, which that was wickedness. They were doing everything for money, and that's what we see happening now in these last days. And the ones that was exposing them, those that were actually writing down, like John Wycliffe, other men too that translated the Bible into what we have today, they were persecuted too. They were thrown in jail, they were hated, they were mocked and chased from city to city, that hide. They were killed for the truth, So this is Isaiah 1 and 4. It says, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. Why should ye be stricken any more? Yes, Spirit. Why should you? Why should you be stricken anymore, right? So Lord, he's not going to strike you with his word. He's not going to rebuke you. He's not going to use his prophets any longer, for much longer. It says, yea, will vote more and more, right? Just keep on coming against the spirit of the Lord. Just as your fathers did, so do ye. It says, the whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. You see, so the whole heart is faint. And the Lord said in Proverbs 24:10, if you faint the day of adversity, which the days that we're in the day of adversity. All this adversity and persecution and affliction, oppression, all this evil, right? All this wickedness, which wickedness, when you go into it, basically means full of labors, full of doing things of this world. No rest, says. So if you faint the day of adversity, what? Your strength is small. So you're supposed to be strengthening your mind, your spirit. See, the flesh is not going to profit you nothing. It's not going to get you anywhere. It might get you somewhere for a short minute, but after that minute, it's over. You see? And that's why we build up the spirit, which I'm about to get another precept going into a topic of fasting, how important it is in these times. All right, so that word, verse 6 says, from the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. And this truth is this ointment, the Yahweh Shai. You see? But if you ain't teaching the congregation, your sheep, of Yahweh Shai, and how he walked, how he came, how he left, what he did, and what he's doing right now through the Spirit, through his few men, then you're not closing up the breaches of the house of David. You're not healing these wounds and sores. You know? There were certain demons that the disciples and the apostles, they couldn't heal, and they had to bring it to Yahweh Shai. You see? And it was why? Because of their lack of faith, their lack of belief. So you can know all prophecies and all breakdowns and mysteries, but if you don't have charity and if you ain't walking in the Spirit and actually taking heed to Yahweh Shai's example, what he did, what weapons he used when the enemy came up against him, then you're going to crumble. The flesh is going to overcome you, the evil. You know, if someone's going to hit you, you're going to want to hit him right back, you know. You got to be resilient. Matthew 17 and 17, matter of fact, 16, because another thing too, you have to be very aware of what you're saying, right, what you're doing, and how you're moving, because we're in detrimental times. You know, a lot of people is going to die even more than what you see happening now, you know. Matthew 17 and 16, and I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me, right? So you're supposed to bring the souls to Yahushua, to the word. You see? Much more in Yahushua's absence. You see? Because by his bruises, by his wounds, we are healed. This is primarily towards the elect that are receiving the word, that are accepting Yahushua, accepting rebuke, not despising the chastisement of the Lord. It says, and Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples of Yahushua apart and said, why could not we cast him out? And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. You see? So nothing is going to be too hard for you, because what little that you have is more powerful than this kingdom, than this world. Greater is he that is in you than is in the world. And a lot of guys that teaching this word, they're still in the world. And that's why they're not really doing great miracles and wonders in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. But they're doing wonders and miracles in the flesh, in the outside. You know, but it's not good to deceive the very elect. This is Matthew 17 and 21. It says, howbeit this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. So two key things is prayer. Another key thing is fasting. When you fast, your body actually can heal itself. It actually uses energy stored up. For the first couple moments or hours a day, you might feel really hungry, but after you get over that hump, your actually mind gets stronger. Yes, your body might get a little weaker, right? But your mind gets stronger. You're able to go through certain things that other people can't. You're able to be more patient. You see, you really evaluate things around you. You're more aware of your surroundings. These certain things, man. You grow in spiritual power. You use more of the energy and power of your mind than of your body. You see. So let's get that word for fasting.
Strong's G 3521. Nastaya.
Which this is what it means when the Lord said He's going to quicken you. Quicken us in the spirit. The spirit quickeneth, right? So it says an exercise, which you're exercising your mind, the spirit. So that's what really counts. It says this. It says a fasting caused by want or poverty. Now we're rich in the spirit, you see, but we're poor in the flesh, on the outward things. And that's what the Lord said He chose. He chose the poor of this world, rich in faith. It says a fasting caused by want. And what do we want? We want this place to be destroyed and the Lord to raise up His kingdom on earth. We want the Lord to heal us and bind us and make us whole and perfect in Him. Change us, you see. And the Lord said He's going to give it to you. He's going to give it. And in December, you got the next high holy day is the Day of Atonement. We will afflict your soul. Matthew. And matter of fact, when you go to Ecclesiastes, and 30, because when you go to the Genesis, right in the beginning, before the Lord brought that first destruction of water, the Lord, His spirit couldn't reside with man because they were carnal, they were flesh. You see, so as you feed the spirit and you starve the flesh, you actually pleasing the Lord and you're walking with the Most High. Sirach 18:30. Go not after thy lusts, but refrain thyself from thine appetites. If thou givest thy soul the desire that please her, she will make thee a laughingstock to thine enemies that malign thee. So we have a lot of enemies that want to see us down, that want to see us destroyed. That word malign is defame, evil in nature or effect, malevolent, right? This is Matthew 7:27 and 33. And when they were come unto a place called Golgotha, that is to say, a place of a skull, they gave him vinegar to drink mingled with gall. And when he had tasted thereof, he would not drink. And this vinegar is a very bitter drink. Some say it's wine, like stale wine, but it's bitters. Very bitter drink that might allow you to live a little longer or ease the pain, right? But Yahushai, right, he was at the end of his endurance, and he was ready to give up the spirit. But you have to take heed to how Yahushai ended his walk, because we're in the time of ending ours. He wouldn't accept anything from this world to make him feel better or ease the pain or make him live a little longer. That's why Yahushua said, it's not you that takes my life. And that's what we're doing as we're walking in the Lord and we're following His footsteps. We ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. John 10:18. No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again. This commandment have I received of my Father. There was a division therefore again among the Jews for these sayings. You see, so there's divisions right now in the spirit too. You see, there's division amongst these camps and, guys that claim to be Israel. You see. This is Psalm 69 and and 15. Deliver me out of the mire, and let me not sink. Let me be delivered from them that hate me, and out of the deep waters. Let not the water flood overflow me, neither let the deep swallow me up, and let not the pit shut her mouth upon me. You see, so there's gonna be no more light, no more, we cannot be heard anymore. And it's heavy too, because this world, it's swallowing up a lot of things. A lot of guys, you might not have literally went into the earth like Korah and Dathan and Abiram, but in the spirit, the spirit of this world, the wine of the fornication of this world, pleasing the flesh, all about the acceptance of this world, keeping your channel up, teaching smooth and sweet things, that has swallowed you up. It says, verse 19, thou hast known my reproach and my shame and my dishonor. Mine adversaries are all before thee, right? So you're not going to get any honor here. Yahushua said, I receive not honor from men. So like guys receive so much honor. Yeah, we give double honors to the elders and apostles. See, we line everything up with the scriptures. When it comes down to putting man or elder or camp head or a brother over Yahushua, that's where we draw the line. Yahushua is head of every man. You see, and this is what's happened, man. In this truth, a lot of builders have rejected the cornerstone. This is Psalm 69. And 20. Reproach hath broken my heart, right? Because it's really gonna break your heart when you see like a lot of guys are just not really in Yahushua. They're not walking Yahushua. They're walking the Pharisees and Scribes. They're walking with the famous. It's gonna break your heart, but it is what it is. The Lord said, many will be created, but few shall be saved. That's what it is. And once you realize that, you just got to keep on fighting forward, man. Let the dead bury the dead. It says, and I am full of heaviness, and I looked for some to take pity, but there was none, and for comforters, but I found none. They gave me also gall for my meat, and in my thirst they gave me vinegar to drink. You see. Luke 4 in verse 23. And he said unto them, Ye will surely say unto me this proverb, Physician, heal thyself. You see? But why was Yahushua sent for? He was sent to heal the nation of Israel. Starting with the elect, the sinners, the publicans, the ones that would actually receive Yahushua fully and confess him openly, not be ashamed of him or his gospel. It says, Physician, heal thyself. Whatsoever we have heard done in Capernaum, do also here in thy country. And that's why when he was on the cross, which, you don't see a lot of guys teach about Yahushua as our crucifixion, because why? They're enemies of the cross, man. They're enemies of what he did. And when you go to the Gospels, Matthew 27 and 40. That's our verse 39. And they that passed by reviled him, wagging their heads. So as they see us, raising up the standard, making our body living sacrifice, going, really enduring unto the end, right? Going all the way out. Because at the end is the hardest, that's the hardest, man. But that's the Lord has groomed us to be hard. But they're going to wag their heads at us. They're going to revile us. Which is, revile is criticizing in an abusive or angrily insulting manner. You see? Because we're dead with his dead body. Our life is hid with his. And saying, thou that destroys the temple. Right? Yahushua, he destroyed the den of thieves. And that's what we're doing in the spirit now too. It says, and buildest it in 3 days. Oh, you just came into this truth. It says, save thyself, if thou be the Son of God, come down from the cross. Likewise also the chief priests, mocking him with the scribes and elders, said, he saved others, himself he cannot save. If he be the King of Israel, let him now come down from the cross, and we will believe him. See these demons, man, and they're back here today. And even if he did come down from the cross, they'd still make up some excuse to not believe him, man. And that's why all these unbelievers, whoremongers, and murderers, they're going to be in the lake of fire, man. He trusted in God, let him deliver him now, if he will have him. For he said, I am the Son of power. And what happened when Yahushua called himself a Son of God in John? They wanted to stone him, man. But it was written in the law. See? But see, these Pharisees and scribes, which they're back here today, you're in the truth. They don't teach and keep the commandments of the Lord, or really teach the gospel. They teach commandments of men. See, and they fear men. That's why many is weak and sickly amongst his truth, and not really whole in the word, not full. Jeremiah 8:21. For the hurt of my daughter of my people, and my hurt, I mourn, dismay hath taken hold on me. Is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered? Because you don't allow Yahushua in. You see? You have to allow the physician, Yahushua, to come in and enter and cut off that excess of the flesh, that world, that old man. Ecclesiastes 38. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him, for the Lord hath created him. For of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall have received honor of the king. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. And you have to return to the Lord and trust in him. And that's what it takes when you fast and you pray and you have faith. You don't put your trust in man. You don't run back to man or Egypt. Let's see. This is Hosea 7:16. They return, but not to him that is on high, right, on the throne. They are like a deceitful bow. Their princes shall fall by the sword for the rage of their tongue. Right, what they're saying, what they're speaking, they're going to be condemned. But if you speak in righteousness and Yahushua, you can be justified. It says, this shall be the derision in the land of Egypt. You see? Because in the law, the Lord said, you will never return to Egypt. Don't go back there. Don't go back to that mind frame, being a slave and, caring about the smooth things. And you see? Hosea 11:5. They shall not return into the land of Egypt, but the Assyrian shall be their king, because they refuse to return to me. Right? So Esau, Caesar, this money, that's their king. That's what they listen to. That's what they bow down to. But the Lord has 7,000 men that will not bow down, no matter what. No matter how hard it gets, how lonely it may seem. You see, they was built for the battle, to overcome all aspects and adversaries and principalities. Exodus 13:17. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that God led them not by the way of the land of Philistines, although that was near, For God said, lest peradventure the people repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt. You see? So as us people seeing a war, you see all that war breaking out, Russia, Ukraine, Iran, Israel, North Korea, China. It's happening so quickly and swiftly. Because Lord, he's answering us speedily, man. But a lot of guys, they don't want to return to Egypt, right? They don't want to go back to the way things were. No, this is the time of our salvation, our deliverance, us entering into the kingdom through much tribulation. Hosea 8:13, as for the sacrifices of mine offerings, they sacrifice flesh and eat it. See, carnal things. But Yahweh accepted them not. Now will he remember their iniquity and visit their sins. They shall return to Egypt. So they're going to follow the sweet and smooth ones that tell them, oh, let's go back here because, you can get the 5 for 5 deal, whatever the hell. And I got a couple more precepts here, but I just want to bring out this on the, what is this called? Commentaries, right? And I'm just gonna read this last part. It says, by this offer was it fulfilled the prophecy in Psalm 69:21, in which he did not altogether refuse, for it follows, and when he had tasted thereof, he would not drink, not because it was a vinegar of the Gentiles, which was forbidden by Jewish canons, lest it should have been offered to idols, but because he would make use of no means either to prolong his life. See, and the Lord said, those that try to save a life is going to lose it. You see? It says, prolong his life. It says, or discompose his mind, and that it might appear he knew what he did, and that he was not afraid nor willing to die, though he thought fit to taste of it in a superficial way, to show he did not despise and resent their offer, and that he was really athirst and ready to drink a more disagreeable portion than that. Because that was a cup he had to drink. That's why the Lord said, I have meat already, ye know not what of. Because many, they don't know the way of the Lord. The coming and going of the Spirit. So that word trust is integrity. It's confidence and protection, support. Agreement, which the Lord said two can't walk together unless they be in agreement. So those that really trust the Lord, you're going to go through certain things, and people might, go do this. Yeah, man's going to give you their advice. Go do this. But you have to always remember what the will of the Lord is. The hard way, the long way home, not the easy way. Right? It says, be firm, solid, steadfast. You see? Also means to rely on, make strong. You see? This is Luke 5 and 31. And it's heavy too, because whenever these Pharisees and Scribes come around asking all these questions, Yahushua would answer him. He would answer him, but they wouldn't receive the answer. They didn't receive the truth. They didn't receive the light. They hated it. They rejected it. It says Luke 5 and 30. But their scribes and Pharisees murmured against his disciples, saying, why do ye eat and drink with publicans and sinners? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, that they that are whole need not a physician. Right? Those that are complete already, they don't need anything. They don't need no help. They don't need safety or protection. They have it all already. It says, but they that are sick, I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. You see, not those that make their own, because what guys doing, they're going about to establish their own righteousness, which is no other foundation you can lay but Yahushua. So it says, verse 33, and they said unto him, why do the disciples of John fast often and make prayers, and likewise the disciples of the Pharisees, but thine eat and drink? Because there's a time and place for everything. And the Yahushua's disciples that are close to him, they knew what time and what place they were in, what season they were in. You see? And he said unto them, can ye make the children of the bride chamber fast while the bridegroom is with them? You see, because when Yahushua is with them and with us, we're going to be happy. We're going to be drinking wine, feasting, and mirth. You see? But right now we're sorrowing. We're afflicting our souls. We're what did Job say? He said, I gotta get this precept. More than my daily bread. And this is why Daniel and his servants and his friends were in a better estate than the king's servants that were eating off his table, because they were eating of something else, which is spiritual, the word. Job 23:12, neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. And this food, right, this world is passing away. It's polluted. It's spoiling, man, quickly. You see, Luke 5:35. And it's heavy too, because as Yahushua is not with us right now, he's with us in the spirit, but not carnally, not physically. We're fasting, however way brother may do it, intermittent fasting, water fast, skipping meals, It says, but the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken away from them, and then shall they fast in those days. You see? Because we're hoping for a speedy recovery, being recovered and brought back to the Lord and brought back to our first estate that we all left. This is Tobit 12:8. Prayer is good with fasting and alms and righteousness. A little with righteousness is better than much with unrighteousness. You see, so the reason why our Lord said in that scripture in Matthew 17, if you have faith as little as a grain of a mustard seed, you're going to say to the mountain, move hence, and it shall obey you. Why? Because this mountain, this world is weak. The Lord's against it. You see? And you just keep on building up that little seed with water, with sun, right? Making sure you're pulling out the tares and wheat around it, keeping yourself isolated and holy and separate from this fucking world. Then you're gonna be all right. The Lord's gonna be with you. You're gonna be with the word. You're gonna be with the truth. You're gonna be with the life. It says a little with keep reading here. It says, it is better to give alms than lay up gold, for alms will deliver from death and shall purge away all sin. Those that exercise alms and righteousness, right, your exercise in the spirit, shall be filled with life, but they that sin are enemies to their own life. You see? And for example, food poisoning, that's a good one, which I had to overcome. It was a spirit, how it happened too. But it's a chastisement of the Lord. But see, the only way you can really fix and heal food poisoning is by what? Is by drawing nigh to the Lord, fasting, prayer, cleansing and detoxing your body, And if you take anything over the counter, like medication or pharmaceuticals, vaccines or pills, it actually makes it worse. So that shows you what the true, real form of healing is, you see. But this place ain't gonna be healed. America's done. Babylon Grey is done. And all you wicked that want to return and go back to this place and want to keep this place going, when you want to prolong this place, because you're of it, you're of this world. But all praises, glory, honor, fade, how Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Kakodash, Abba Ball, Shalom.